Hello and welcome back, Blake District. We are back in Stray Gods, a role-playing musical. Last time we chatted to Persephone. I say chatted. We had like a song battle with Persephone, and we let her win. Okay. And she told us about her less than cool life that she's had. Apollo behaved a little bit like a douche. So we hung out with Persephone a little bit more. She told us some information and suggested it was weird that Pan was interested in the situation. But we're going to go talk to Apollo now and be like, hey man, we good? You good? Everything okay? And I'm sure it will be. Because why wouldn't it be? We only immediately kind of abandoned him. Anyway, let's go! My voice is a little sore. I've been doing a lot over the last weekend. Some recording and things. Hey, Apollo.
Grace.
Hey,
Yeah,
how you doing?
told you she'd be back.
What are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
Why? Because I stayed from one argument? I wanted to check on you. No, I didn't want to check on you. But you can still help. Can't we be friends?
Why? Just because I think Persephone can help me, we can't still be friends?
Is that what we are, Grace?
Why
Friends?
can't we
You
be
helped
friends?
me. You brought me to Persephone. I'd say that qualifies.
Agreed.
I'm not sure I've helped you.
Oh my
All I've done is dropped you in Persephone's lap.
What, and that's bad?
Yes.
Big sad boy
Well,
energy.
No. I can never be objective when it comes to my family. They bring out the worst in me. It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
Calliope still needs you. Yeah, we're doing that.
Apollo, everything you sang about still applies. Even if you got angry.
I know.
We all make
Right.
mistakes. You pick yourself up, and you try again for
She's got
Calliope's
this.
sake.
She knows.
I'll think about it, Grace. I promise.
You're the worst.
For now,
I'm just gonna...
you're in far better hands.
I'm gonna be
I'll
sad with
hold
my
you to
rib
that.
tabs. Over
Don't
here.
think I won't.
I might wash some clothes on them. Because I can. Because they're just that abolitious. To be fair. No, I don't think if I had abs like that, I think I would still wear long sleeve shirts. And just wear, I wear what I'm wearing now, I suspect. It would just fit better. Alright, let's go back to Persephone. See what she has to say. We'll deal with Pan later. Because he's got a lot
back
going
already,
on.
are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to.
And?
Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
Okay. You changed your mind about him?
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation. But the thing is, how did he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
I mean, he'd already...
Half the idols owe him a favor or two.
A favor already.
No, he's up to something else.
I just noticed the
Until I
golden
know what it
shoes.
is, I can't discount the
such a cool outfit.
possibility that he's involved in all this.
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus.
He did.
I'm not sure why.
Oh, that's interesting. Did he happen to say what he wanted?
No. He probably wants to cash in his favor.
Huh, that's what he does. Collect favors and then use them to gather even more favors. To what end, I dare not guess.
Probably not a good one. Maybe that's a motive? Should I not see him? Question mark? You know him better than I do. No, we'll ask this one. Because he feels like Grace is making up her own mind about things anyway. We're just using the guidance of the other idols. He doesn't seem harmless in any way, shape, or form. He seems cool, and I like him a lot. But also, he might be a murderer, so possibly not.
Maybe that's what went wrong with Calliope. A favor she wouldn't repay.
Or something she'd discovered and refused to conceal. Now, that would be just like her. You should go ahead and see what Pan wants.
Yeah, it turned out Persephone
might
and
be
Calliope
useful.
were friends.
Just throw caution to the wind, huh?
Little.
Somehow you'll manage.
Okay.
I want to send you to a party, Grace.
No.
One Aphrodite is holding.
Okay.
She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
I mean, wait, why can't you talk to Aphrodite?
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
But you seemed so close
Like
back
how
at the
you and
meeting of the
Apollo
chorus.
don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but
Which one?
unwelcome. Suffice it to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
Why a party?
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
She just wants to muse there because she wants to... Sorry, are we the band? Are we ourselves the band because we turn up and
I
make
still
everyone
have that
sing?
invitation from Pan. Maybe it'd be easier if I just went to see him.
You should do both. Just don't believe a single word.
I never
coming
do, but
out
they
of
are
his
cool.
mouth.
Again,
I might be able to coax some truth out of him. I can be persuasive.
A battle of the silver tongues, I'm sure.
One wild
unpleasant
party with
image.
the goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun downgraded considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
I love that he's got this like sad boy persona that everyone's just like, yeah, you can do that. Apollo's going to be there, and everyone's like, oh, all right, well, there goes that idea. Well, let's go to the party then. Woohoo! It's a party, and I'll cry if I want to. There he is, the sad boy himself. What's up, Apollo? How you doing?
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be
Changed
doing
since you
here.
became an idol?
Grace? You're here.
Yeah, I'm invited, aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
I mean,
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
I don't know. You didn't tell me either.
I came to see you, Apollo, and I don't recall you mentioning it. Persephone said it could help.
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu, recollections that aren't your own?
Oh, okay, they're answering that
No.
question because I was saying, like...
Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember
okay,
anything.
that it does
We call
exist.
it
That makes sense.
The veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything
you-
Calliope did.
But do you lose you? Ah, that's what I want to ask, but I can't ask it. Nobody told me that.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually chosen. You would know about this already.
Except your ex-girlfriend
Except
died in my
Calliope was
arms
murdered.
because she was murdered. Yeah.
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's
Reasonable.
like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
Okay. Will I become Calliope? Question mark.
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace.
I was gonna say, what happens to the
Will I
host?
start calling myself Calliope?
Is it like a...
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand.
So
Take
we're
some
gonna
time to
become
let it sink in.
Calliope.
If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
That's pretty extreme.
She doesn't have any other options? Therapy, pills, social media?
Not that last one.
If you think she hasn't
That won't
tried all
help.
those things, perhaps you could ask her about them.
It just seems extreme, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes, it is. It is, however, an extreme situation. For idols, our memories can become a prison. This is how Aphrodite chooses to
You're killing
escape.
a body. You're killing someone that you were in, right? That was chosen and was all kosher, hunky-dory, cool. But then saying to someone else, hey, please take on the mantle of this person. You will gradually become this person and lose yourself. And you will have all the horrendous memories that I'm now trying to escape. Enjoy. What? She's done this before?
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering
That
before,
doesn't
right?
sound good at all. I don't like
This
this.
is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift,
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much.
I get it. Like,
We gather to
things
pay our
suck
respects
sometimes, and you have to remember
and to honor the past.
those things, and that's very hard.
Well, she still remembers it.
Calliope didn't approve?
Wait. Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on
I kind of
principle.
get it, though.
She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it.
Okay, well, that's not...
She thought Aphrodite should
There's a
try
middle
harder.
ground between those two things.
Was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
I haven't been through war. I don't have experience with anything of that extreme nature, but I have had, like, bad stuff happen. I have had things that I have survived and come through, as do we all. And, like, even the worst memories suck, but they are also a part of who I am as a person. They help me to learn, they help me to grow, they help me to become who I am now and avoid those things in the future. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't think this is the answer. I feel weird about this. Sorry, I'm looking over here because there's a giant spider in the corner of my room. We're going to quickly take a brief pause. Sorry about that. He was a big fella. I took him outside with a cup and the old cup and cardboard trick. But that was a little distracting. I was like, something's moving in the corner of my eye. It's a massive spider. Anyway, my point that I was trying to make, like, trauma is real and how you deal with it is your own thing. Like, everyone has to deal with it in their own way. But I don't know, I think there's got to be a middle ground between saying someone needs to get over it, because obviously that's not going to help in any way, shape or form, which isn't exactly what Calliope was doing, but it's kind of what Calliope was doing, and going, hey, I'm going to repress this. I'm going to repress these things, which is what Aphrodite's doing, so that I don't have to deal with it anymore. Or even worse, she's just kind of going, I'm going to repress this and then hand it off to someone else to deal with, because I don't want to deal with it anymore. And that's, I don't know, there's a middle ground somewhere. I don't know exactly what that is, because we all have different traumas, different, like, memories and things, and we all have to deal with them in different ways. But I don't know. Do you support this?
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse.
Oh, okay.
If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Okay, I am going to put a trigger warning in here at this point. Trigger warning ahead for what I suspect is going to be, because she's Aphrodite, the goddess of love, I suspect there will be some very unpleasant topics that arise surrounding consent and things that go along with lack of consent, is the nicest way I can put that. So trigger warning for I mean, I've just put trigger warning for like SA and things like that. I don't know that we're gonna get into that territory, but in case we do, that is the warning. I don't like this idea at all.
I don't know, Apollo. I don't like the whole idea.
You want her help, don't you?
Yes, but
At least speak with Aphrodite before you make a final decision. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
All right, let's have a mingle at this death party.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling.
Eros
Talk
is
Eros.
here.
Or we can talk more if you like.
The big bear himself.
Try to relax, Grace.
sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Right? Let's talk to Eros. He seems chill. He was cool at the club. He does also seem like a sad boy. They all seem like sad boys.
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Oh, a hug. Ah.
Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
You rhymed. You're a poet and you didn't realize. Are you okay?
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Like that,
Every
yeah.
time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works.
Right. So, like, if you're doing
Sorry,
it over and over again.
Shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I feel for you. Absolutely. Yeah. So, okay. More to the point. You've tried this, and it doesn't work. So that's fair enough, but you tried doing this and it didn't work, and I imagine it just gets worse over time. Each time the memories come back, I imagine they're worse and worse. So there has to be a different way of approaching it to try and help you process those things, and go forward. But again, I don't know exactly what that would be. But yeah, I get that. I get why Eros is like, hey, this doesn't actually help you. This just sort of prolongs the inevitable.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining.
It affects everyone around you.
I just
Always will.
hate this. I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
That sounds awful.
And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again.
Yeah.
And I'll watch it all again.
Okay, like also, second, I'm just going to put a trigger warning up at the beginning of this episode, I think, but like trigger warning for themes of technically self-harm, because that's kind of what she's doing. The idea is that she's going to live on through someone else, but like it's not dissimilar. So, apologies, that trigger warning should have come earlier, but I'm going to put it at the start of the video anyway. What happened to Aphrodite? This is going to be rough, particularly if it's anything like the actual myth.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy.
Spartans?
And he told them about the idols.
No, not Spartans.
Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Yikes.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Did Aphrodite escape? I mean, she must have
Aphrodite
done.
was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Yeah.
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband. and he adored her.
Different in the myths.
When he
but
found
yeah.
out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
That's the war. Tell me about this deal.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world.
That does sound like Hephaestus.
Hephaestus saved us all.
Fun dude.
We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye.
No.
It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married.
That is true. That is
She
actually...
seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
Yeah, in ancient myth, Greek myth, Aphrodite was forced to marry Hephaestus at Zeus's command because Aphrodite wouldn't marry Zeus. And Hephaestus was like, okay, cool, she's beautiful, but like we don't know each other that well. And they just didn't get on. Like he tried to make it work. She was just like, nah, I'm not interested. She had a string of affairs. And then Hephaestus got a divorce. But this is rough. This version of the law. Not fun at all. Is there no other way?
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times.
Yeah, I mean...
She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation,
Sure.
everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until...
Right.
I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
I don't know. I think... well, there's the big question.
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their idol on.
And that's why there's so few of them.
What
Okay, that
happens?
makes sense.
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever.
But this isn't considered that because
Mother
you're
says she
passing
can't do
yourself
that.
on.
She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect.
Oh, I hope we get to get
Not
Hephaestus
that
back.
what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die. For a while.
That would be cool. It would be cool to be able to get Hephaestus back. You don't seem to approve.
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
What I want is for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end.
Wait, what are you saying?
She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
To...
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that
Okay.
deep down, she doesn't want to
You
do
mean a
this
guy
any
who's
longer.
that-
She
to
must
that
see it
destination.
isn't working. She just needs the strength to try.
Okay. No, we can
Or I
do
hope
that.
that's all she needs.
I would much rather try something new. No, because what if you're... I mean, if you're wrong, she just tries again at a later time. Do you know what I mean? She'll just do this. We're just asking her to try a little longer. I'm gonna try. And see if I can help. I don't know that we can fix that, because that's a lot to fix. But...
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if
he's
it
her
will.
son.
I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Famous last words.
Also true.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
Yeah, I got you. Let's talk to Apollo. See what he has to say about the whole thing. This is a rough one. This is like tough to
I know all these
think
people,
how I feel
Grace.
about these things.
For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all.
Are these all idols? Why aren't we talking
Or
to them
they
too?
me.
You don't seem comfortable.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
These are all
Are they
idols. Why aren't we
family
talking to them?
gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
True.
Well, yes, but
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
that would be Pan.
Yeah.
But yes,
Sure.
I feel very much out of place.
Why is that?
Why is that exactly? Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries bring great wisdom?
Don't they?
We get older. We have more to forget. We hold grudges longer, but wiser. No.
I can't imagine holding a grudge
so
from
far.
like millennia, because like you got to just sort of get to that point where you're like, honestly, with all the time we live together, or we live like around each other, does it matter anymore? Like there are some things that you can't forgive, or can't forget rather, but there are things that you can kind of move on beyond. You don't even need to forgive them, but you can be like, look, I just won't. You live forever, I live forever. You've done terrible things to me as far as I'm concerned, but I can't do anything about you because we're both immortal. So just stay out of my way and then proceed to live your life without them in it. Which is also a thing you can do in like real life, not as immortals. You can, if someone is bringing nothing but toxicity into your life, you can, you know,
I spoke to Eros.
remove yourself
He's
from them.
pretty broken up over all this.
That
Oh,
doesn't come
poor
in our
Eros.
conversations, obviously.
Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more.
Yeah.
And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble, piece by piece, only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days.
Sucks.
Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
Barrel of laughs, he is. But also, true, yeah. Let's wait for Aphrodite. Oh. Here she comes, walking down the street. Get the funniest looks from everyone she meets. Hey, Aphrodite.
My
this?
family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends.
Mm-hmm.
And you. Oh, my dear sweet
We're
thing.
none of those things.
I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is.
Hey, nice to meet you again. I'm not going to say we're talking private. She's doing her big entrance. She's not going to do that right now. Nice to meet you again.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all.
I also need
I shall miss her
information on a
dearly.
mercenary level. I think
To
we
have
should
come
try
so
and keep her
far,
around,
only-
but like,
No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh, what manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become
Oh,
the
you
new
are the successor.
me.
cool.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
It's a little on the nose. Nice to meet you. We're not going to be like, are you okay with this? Because we're not trying to convince... We don't want to convince Venus not to do it, because then that's just cutting Aphrodite off. Which is not what we're trying to do. We're trying to get Aphrodite to, like, want to try. Want to keep going. And, like, if we convince Venus that she shouldn't go through with it, then all we're doing is like giving Aphrodite no choice. It should be a choice.
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
So far, I'm currently dealing with a
Survive my trial?
murder thing.
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
We're not going to worry about the question. I'm going to say I'm sorry this happened to you first.
I just want to say, I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
Another hug. Hugs
A
all round.
babe in our dreary world, and yet already possessed of such earnest
I hope we can
purpose.
try and convince her to keep going.
Weren't you opposed to this, Grace?
Yes.
Apollo! Oh, you've
I
come
can be
after
opposed
all.
and
You look
still
remarkably
sorry.
well, cousin.
Follow.
I've had a great
Stick your
deal
nose in
of
like
time
that.
to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
You said this is the person who's about to become the new me. To forget.
To ease your suffering? To forget about what happened?
An escape into the soothing blackness. To swim in Lethean waters, at least for a
It's not.
time.
Does it help?
I don't know. Each Aphrodite before me
You were
begged
in
for
her
mercy.
position once. I
This
don't
is
know
all
why
I
you
can
would
do
that to
for
someone
all
else.
of us.
I don't know. I don't know.
Even so, tonight is not about the
not.
pain.
It's difficult.
It is about honoring the memory of what was
very
while that memory still
impressive
persists.
To kind
Go,
of make you.
enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Let's see if we can talk to Venus. Gather a little bit of information about them. We can, cool. We'll talk to Venus, we'll talk to Apollo, and then we'll begin the ritual, and we'll see if we can't try and
I want to
help
apologize again, Grace. I really messed up.
Aphrodite
It
find the
looks like
strength.
I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Second thoughts?
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
It happened so fast.
I'm not sure. It happened so fast, I didn't know what to think. Calliope died, and then all this happened.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
A very reasonable response. Your name is really Venus?
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols.
Venus is the
Maybe
name that
that's
the
why
Romans
Lady
gave
Aphrodite noticed me in the first place. She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
Because the Romans stole all the Greek gods and then were like, hey, what if we just name them different things? They're the same, but what if we just say they're like... It's named Poseidon, Neptune. It's, you know, Aphrodite, Venus. Ares, Mars. It's funny. How do you know
How do
Aphrodite?
you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
Solid plan.
That's it? Just like that.
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
And you're okay with all this?
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite.
Sure.
She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was.
Oh, it's
She's
so
a good
difficult.
person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
But is it mercy? Because she's just going to go through it all again. You're going to go through it all. Do you know what I mean? Like, from the one hand, I understand that you understand that to a degree, and you're like, hey, I'll take this on for you. But then when it comes to your time, you'll be like, I can't do this anymore. Someone else has to take it on for me. And at some point, that cycle should stop. Right? Maybe? I don't know. But this is wrong.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
I mean, that first part's
Aren't
not
you?
entirely true.
Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
That is kind of happening.
I'm
yeah.
becoming part of something bigger. Something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible. And I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm also sure that's what she thought. You know? This is oh my goodness. I didn't think to be faced with such a conundrum in a role-playing musical.
Back again.
Aphrodite won't help me.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before,
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
purely mercenary. We
surprising.
want to keep her around.
Surely Persephone must have realized
Because
that.
we want the
How?
information.
She's
from
never been to
her,
one of these
but-
things. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'd do now.
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right.
We got
It's a risk
we got to
either
risk
way.
it. We got to risk it.
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yes, all those things.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors.
Is that not
She chooses
cruel?
them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
Is that not cruel?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
That's cruel, right? To be like, hey, I have all this pain and trauma. I'm gonna find the nicest person I can and give it to them. Not intentionally cruel by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think any of this is intentional. But I think it is what's happening. Like she's seeking out the people who. We'll do the let's do the ritual, and we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna see if we can convince her to stick around. So she can work through this, and B, that she'll help us.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long,
I know.
but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again.
I don't know.
But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that
You
brought
could have won
us here
shoes, Apollo.
to this
Just saying.
strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
On the flip side, maybe because the muse is here, like maybe we'll be able to actually
We
help
let
with this
them
thing.
rise. We let it happen.
Oh no,
We waited far too long.
this song's gonna be about that, isn't
We
it?
thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. We had revelry and rebirth.
I'm going for the charming ones because that's me.
A family all together. Till 13 million marching men cut us down forever. But Brother Ares made it happen. Joined their war without dispute. Now the once mighty immortals are just mud under a boot. We let them take our loved ones. It's what they wanted all along. We thought they were beneath us. We were wrong. We were
I'm actually changing. I'm changing avenue here.
I see you have the power. It's a poisonous reward. My virtues only scorned me when I was once adored. Loved by every mortal, then ripped from paradise. No
Focusing on the survival
suffered greater till he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy. Made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory. And this love
We're gonna focus on the blue.
what he gave to me.
Oh, we're shifting gears here. Okay.
I can see everything, it's interesting why you feel so blue. Because of the horror show from long ago, there ain't no getting through. A husband who sacrificed and paid the price for you to be free. Wherever he is right now, you'd think somehow that...
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm on a roll. I don't pretend to know the mind of a god.
This is a very
That's
extreme gear shift.
something I never thought I'd say. I'm not the only one here who wants to know.
We're not going for the red option, so
Is leaving now the only way to go?
kind of like harsh, and we don't need to be harsh about this.
I'm confused. Who are you? Thank you for sharing, little one. You're 80 years overdue. Now take your seat, you've had your fun. I think you'll find I'm a god. Making note of the staggering lack of help. And so no matter what you think you know, this ceremony is the only way to go.
Try red. We're mixing this up. We're going all over the place here.
Don't you write anything down? Is there a statue of Hephaestus in town? Or is history just a record that slowly gathers dust? You gotta turn it up loud so the player doesn't rust. Because I find the story so unique, I'll sing in plain speak. You rest leaves the rest of your family stressed and depressed. They repress, so we'll only digress. I'm impressed by the sense of occasion, I guess, but this mess of a quest to possess is grotesque. It's happened to me, and I'll never know when calliope inside of me services. So I request that your guests reassess the process, and unless you address all this godly excess, we'll continue to guess while you repossess, and I won't acquiesce till a change manifests. I'm out. Sometimes taking a breath's the only way to go. Considering the options left, it's the only way to go.
I'm gonna go with Red. It sounds
What
cool.
is the only way to go?
I hope it's nice. I hope you do this nicely.
I'm stunned by the arrogance, but eloquence sparks something in me. If you honestly can promise me all the help I need, I'll be the kind of a guy.
Okay, this has gone away.
Your worship and adore like before. Thank you, Venus, a brilliant cameo.
And together we will face it.
Okay.
'Cause forgetting won't erase
Yes,
it.
yes.
Moving on's the only way to go.
Yes!
The only way to go.
This took a weird turn of the song, but like, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Okay. Heck yes.
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to...
Live. I have chosen to live.
Always the choice. Always the choice.
I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
Hell yes.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
This is the only way you'll get through it. Together, as a
Together,
family.
with support.
If there's any chance, Mother, any at all, this is it.
I know, my loves. I hope you're right. Now then, Grace. Apollo tells me you needed my help.
Yes, that is
No
also a
doubt
thing.
regarding Calliope's death. Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
I don't know. I don't think it's Pan. Maybe Pan?
I was, thinking maybe Pan.
Pan. Kill Calliope. Tish tosh, I don't believe it.
He showed up at my apartment right after I left Athena's office. He's very suspicious.
You favor him too much, Mother.
I happen to feel there are entities among us far more sinister.
Such as?
You're thinking of Medusa, aren't you?
Ooh! Wait, what?
Wait, hold the phone. That chick who turns people into stone?
That
Yeah,
shit
that's
who
the
turns
one.
people into
She
stone.
works for Athena as a watcher. She's everywhere, lurking in the shadows.
She was cursed by
If you look anywhere, Grace,
Aphrodite, right?
start with her.
Come now, Mother. It's time you rested.
I thought she was cursed by
It's been
Aphrodite.
a long night.
To become, because she was beautiful, and Aphrodite was
If
like,
I
no,
don't, I
only
suppose you'll
could.
both gang up on me again. Very well.
Okay. I am actually happy with that outcome.
So, did they have anything helpful?
Maybe. What do you know about
Apollo's
Medusa?
super involved.
Medusa. That's a rather dark name to unearth. Are you thinking of seeking her out?
Is there another way?
I have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
You need to be careful, Grace. Medusa is not to be toyed with.
Because she turns people
Athena
into stone?
employs
Yeah,
her
I
as a
know.
spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that.
I don't know.
Athena's not
Medusa's-
likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know.
Maybe Pan?
Are
Huh?
you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
Aphrodite went through so much. I'm thinking about Calliope's. No, Aphrodite went through much.
What Aphrodite went through,
Went through so much.
it's a lot.
It is.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal. It never ends.
Wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
He's a bundle of laughs. He's such a joy to be around. I mean, at least he's keeping it real, but
I
like...
assume you'll be on your way then?
Yeah?
Yeah, I should probably check in.
Give my regards to Persephone when you see her.
Okay. I hope we're still cool. I think we're still fine. I think we're still on good terms. Oh, we're straight back to the end of the world. Okay.
Apollo, always so dramatic.
That is accurate.
Well done, by the way. You may be the very first person ever to talk sense into Aphrodite.
Did I do the right thing?
I still don't know if I did the right thing.
I think we did.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace. The choice has always been Aphrodite's. Look at it this way. At least she has a chance now. And whether she uses it, we'll see. I remember the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug.
Oh, okay. Well,
Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off.
Oh, like...
But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest.
Oh.
My chest? Whatever.
Do you remember her?
Do you remember who you were before?
I still am her. Chastity, that is. You can see why I switched names. I remember being disgusted I was ever that weak. Persephone made me strong. But it never really goes away.
So Persephone...
We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
Appropriate people. Clearly Persephone seeks out, not necessarily that she was intending to pass on her eidolon, but she sought out a woman who was being harassed by her husband. Aphrodite seeks out kind people in the hopes of giving her resilience. Calliope maybe sought Grace out. I don't know if Calliope knew that what was happening, but like...
Okay, yeah. Good to know. Thanks.
At any rate, you have a name. Medusa. Hadn't occurred to me, honestly. She was always Athena's creature.
Knew what was going to happen.
I'd never pegged her as potentially
She's not
disobedient.
a creature, though. She was a woman who was cursed.
I'll see if I can track down her whereabouts. In the meantime, Grace, do be careful.
Or at least in the myths, she was a woman, a priestess, I think, who was like deemed one of the most beautiful women in the world, and Aphrodite hated that. So Aphrodite cursed her so that anyone who gazed upon her would be turned to stone. And that's how we got Medusa that we know and love today. Or at least that's in the myth. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave that. That was a hell of an episode. Oh my goodness. Like that. I didn't think when I started playing this game that I'd be talking about those kinds of things, but I'm very happy with the result we got. I hope it works out for the best for Aphrodite, but like the key is to keep trying, keep going. And she has the support of Eros and Venus and us. Like, we'll be around too. Hopefully, if we solve Calliope's murder. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do the YouTubey things below. And I'm actually going to end this a little differently than I normally do. If you're struggling, if there's ever anything going on in your life that you are really struggling to deal with, reach out to someone. Whether it be a helpline, whether it be someone you know, someone you trust, always reach out. Always seek the help that you need, because out there is a person or a place that is going to be able to help you. It is never too late to keep trying. and keep pushing through. Thank you so much for watching this. I will see you in the next video. And as always, my friends, I'll see you in the district. Take care.